Hi everyone. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yes, I know. You don't have to confirm it. I already know. It's been like 2 months. Just school and life, deadlines were colliding, and I was like, if you have time to make a video, you either have everything finished or you should be working on something else that you actually have to get done. So I haven't uploaded in like 2 months, I think, something around there, at least a month and a half. So here's an update video because it's been a while, and yeah, I don't know. I just like whenever whenever I get go away, I guess. I mean, I've still been watching things and leaving comments and such, but or just watching videos. Um Whenever I like come back, essentially, I like making update videos just to tell you like where my mind is at and what I've been thinking in terms of more content that I'm going to put out soon, I guess. So, I don't know if I was thinking about recording this next, just like immediately right after this, but I'm not sure anymore. I may do it maybe on Friday, which is in a couple days. I don't know. My mind is a little jumbled, even though I have this list here of things that I want to mention, but I'm dog sitting coming up for like a couple of weeks. So I'm trying to get things done before I leave. I have like chores to do basically, and also just like I have to pack and just trying to get everything done that I actually need to do like here, if that makes sense. And then also if I want to film anything while I'm dog sitting, I have to make sure that I bring stuff if I want to have it in that video. So maybe I'll record after this update video. Maybe I'll record I won't have time tomorrow. I don't think I will. So it'll have to be tonight or when I'm dog sitting. Anyway, the next video, hopefully, that I put up will be an adaptations I want to happen / adaptations wish list sort of video where I'll be talking about a few books that I've read that don't have adaptations that I would really like to happen, and I'll go into details of like who I would like to direct it maybe. There's one like I'm like dead set on, okay? And then yeah, so like talk about who could direct it, whether it would be better as a film or a miniseries, maybe casting to an extent, things like that, like more in depth, more than just like I'd like this book to be a film. So that would also include a little bit more visual editing, hopefully, at least include some photos from films to give you an idea of what I'm thinking. And that can also be like the first in a series, because I was looking at my books and like looking at the books that I've read, and I'm like, I've barely read any books that haven't been adapted, especially because a good chunk of what I read are classics, and it's like, how many adaptations of Pride and Prejudice do we need? I don't know if Pride and Prejudice is necessarily a good example, but like Jane Austen as a whole, even though we're literally getting another Persuasion adaptation. But as I read more and as I think about the books that I have read, I can make follow-ups to that. What am I going to name it? Just like, I think adaptations wish list. Adaptation wish list? So that could be like the first in a series. And then kind of similarly, last year I had a video that I titled like books and adaptations, and I would like to do something like that again because there's a number of adaptations that I've watched recently of books that I have read, and so I would like to talk about those, namely Shadow and Bone, because I have thoughts and I have not gotten them out to, at least in terms of like a video. I've commented on some people's like thoughts on the season. And season 2 has been confirmed, so that's great, especially because like my favorite character I'm assuming is going to be introduced in season 2. I have a lot of thoughts, but I'll save that for that actual video. I don't know if I'll also name it like books and adaptations like 2, or what I write down adaptations I've seen lately in terms of like videos to mention. So I don't know what I'll be naming that either, but that's the idea for another video. And then hopefully we're all hoping and just assuming that the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale will be happening. So another Criterion recommendations video I would like to do. The only thing is, like, even if I just mention a title that's on the Criterion Collection, in my mind, it seems like I've already talked about it. Even if it's in a haul, I'm like, but I've already talked about that. And it's like, no, you haven't. You just hauled it and you didn't see it at the time. So I'm going to try to recommend things that I've not really mentioned before or talked about before. That's my goal. So, that will be coming hopefully sometime in July. This isn't necessarily in any, like, particular order, by the way. Like, I do want the next video I put out to be the adaptation, like, wish list video. And then besides that, this is all just random. And then, yeah, speaking of Criterion. So, if you don't know, I did a series of videos called the Criterion Channel Year 1. And that was me going through everything that I watched on the Criterion Channel within the first year of its existence, basically. And yeah, talked about what each film was about, my thoughts on it, stuff like that. Included like a lot of clips and photos and stuff. And while I liked doing those videos, it takes so much time, and I don't think I have the time for it right now, as well as like year 2 is up already. We're already like into year 3. I'm just like not feeling doing them. So I will do at least like a favorites / standouts video talking about, like, obviously some of my favorite movies that I watched within the second year on the Criterion Channel, and just like standout films that even while it wasn't a favorite, it was maybe very good, or I could see a different crowd like appreciating that film a lot more than I did, or just enjoying the film a lot more than I did. So that would probably be at least one video, obviously. I could split it up into 2. I haven't gone through my list yet, so I don't know how many titles I would necessarily be talking about. But I do think I have my Criterion Channel Year 2 letterbox list on public now. So if you wanted to see like everything, you can see it. I'll link it in the description. And I watched like 117 things or something. So that's more than I watched in year 1. So that means I would even have like a lot more to work with in terms of trying to make those videos like I did for year 1. It's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to do the sort of like wrap up standout favorites sort of video. As well as that brings me to year 3. I don't know why I thought that I should have been doing them in like hindsight. I should definitely be doing it as I'm watching things. Like I understand my train of thought in terms of making that decision, but I'm changing it. It was the wrong choice. So for year 3, because I do want to like talk about what I have watched on the Criterion Channel and what I am watching, like, you know, more recently and stuff. So, as well as that way, if I'm making them in time, then people can actually watch those movies around the time that I'm talking about them. So I 2 things. I think I'll be making the year 3 videos, like, as I'm watching things on the Criterion Channel. But then also, I would like to not prioritize the, like, leaving at the end of the month sort of section. Like, if you have the Criterion Channel, you'll know that, I don't know, section? Is that what I should call it? But, you know, there's, like, the, newly added, and then there's the leaving, you know, whatever the last day of the month is. So, like, right now, it says, like, leaving June 30th. Which is today. So, often I look at what is leaving and I'm like, okay, I have to get to those films. But sometimes, while those films sound interesting and are movies that I do want to see, I tend to prioritize those over things that have been on the channel for longer and things that are not leaving, even if I'm actually more interested in watching that movie. So I'm trying not to do that anymore because, wow, my words just like all sounded like one word. I'm trying not to do that anymore as much because I do think I'm missing out on seeing some films that are more my taste and things that I just would enjoy more, I guess is what I'm saying. Not that I'm like really watching anything that I don't want to watch. It's just sometimes you end up watching something that sounds, okay, sometimes I watch what? Sometimes I end up watching something that I think sounds interesting, but I could take it or leave it, but because it's going off the channel, I end up watching it. Does that make sense? All right. Moving on from Criterion stuff. Possibly I'll be doing a reading vlog. I already mentioned that I am dog sitting, right? Well, I'm dog sitting. I already mentioned that, I'm pretty sure. And usually, while I am dog sitting, I get a lot of reading done, as well as like right now and for the past like week or so, I've had more free time because of my school deadline and other like life deadline things. Basically, I turned 26 and don't have healthcare anymore. Health insurance is what I mean. So I like had to get all these appointments done before I was no longer on my dad's really good health insurance, to be honest. That's a thing. I don't know what it's like not in America, but like in the United States, once you turn 26, you are no longer able to be a dependent on your parents' insurance. And then other stuff as well, okay? I'm 26 now though, cool, right? It's the first age where I'm like, oh, like I'm an adult. I don't know why, but this was the first birthday that like actually felt a little different, which is weird because whenever it's a new year, like literally January 1st hits and I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning this age this year. I don't know why. So like the first half of the year, I'm like thinking about how I'm going to turn, however old I'll be turning that year. And then the birthday hits and usually it's just like, but I've been thinking about this all year. It's kind of ridiculous, I know, but like this year felt different. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the health insurance thing. I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, a reading vlog. I may be doing a reading vlog. I don't know. I'd like to get a lot of reading done, but so far it hasn't really gone the way I wanted it to within the past few days. But that's okay. I do usually get a lot of reading done when I am dog sitting. And sometimes I end up filming for a reading vlog or just a vlog in general and like give you updates on my reading, and then I don't post it. So I'm going to mention that I may be filming for a reading vlog, but no promises on actually posting it because sometimes, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not really saying anything. And then other times I'm just like, ew, I hate the way I look. And then like sometimes it's just weird or awkward or I just don't like it. I'm sure other creators feel the same way. So a reading vlog may happen. I'm feeling like really odd. Am I giving you like way too much information? I don't know. I guess that one last thing, right? I feel like there was something else that I forgot to write down that I was going to mention. Soon, this month, I will be having a collaboration with Nathan Hale, who is around my age. I think he's just 1 year younger than me. Yeah, he's 1 year younger than me. And Nathan Hale, he talks about like Disney and Pixar and Harry Potter and Criterion a lot. He loves Jimmy Stewart. And because there's like 4 Nathans I'm subscribed to. It's ridiculous. I didn't realize Nathan was such a popular name. So that was me like clarifying who he was, and also like if you're not subscribed to him, then those are some things that he talks about. We'll be ranking the Harry Potter books, so we're planning that. I don't have like the exact details right now. I'll leave it in the description like once I do know, or like maybe in a pinned comment or something. So that'll be coming later this month, or like we'll be doing it this month. But I don't know if it's going to be like a live thing or something that will be like pre-recorded and then uploaded. So I'll let you know when I know. So, and then I think that's it. One other thing that I just like wanted to mention is that hopefully, I should have mentioned this earlier. This is not the thing to mention at the end of the video. Because I haven't uploaded in like a couple of months or so, would super appreciate it if you like gave this video and my next video a little like extra love, so to speak. Just like a like or a comment. Oh my god, how are you doing? I meant to ask that like way in the beginning. I just wanted to say hey and like how are you doing? And what have you been up to? Yeah, YouTube sometimes like hates it. Well, okay, sometimes YouTube does hate it when you don't upload. So hopefully this is in your recommendations and subscription feeds anyway. But again, would appreciate it if you like gave the video a like, a comment. Not even necessarily this one, but at least my next one that will have like literal content in it instead of just an update. And then also just any like suggestions. I just want to let everyone know that I'm open to suggestions or something if you have a specific video idea that you would like to see, or maybe something that I've mentioned in the past and didn't end up doing because I like lost momentum, got sidetracked with other things, etc. There's like, I've always thought about doing certain ranking videos, but then in my head I'm like, oh my god, but that means I have to like rewatch all these movies and that's going to be a certain amount of time. And as much as I would like to do that, in my mind it feels like such a project. All right, that's going to be it. I'm sorry, like I'm feeling like really weird recording this, probably because I haven't actually recorded in longer than I've uploaded, because I had like videos ready to go. What was my last video? I don't remember. Anyway, if there's anything that I'm forgetting, I'll put it in the description, as usual. Alright, I'm gonna go now because this has been enough like awkwardness. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching, basically, especially like clicking after a while. Yes. Okay, thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.